Hello everyone in MedicalScribe. I'm Karar Haidar, student at Baghdad Medical College. In the previous videos, we began with the appendicular skeletal system, and we knew its general meaning. Then in the next video, we explained the bones of the first region of the four regions that forming the appendicular skeleton, which was the pectoral girdle or the shoulder girdle. And we talked about its most important details. While in today's video, we will talk about the bones of the second region, which is the upper limb. The upper limb can be divided into three regions. The first one is the arm, that located between the shoulder and the elbow. The second region is the forearm, that located between the elbow and the wrist. While the third region is the hand. This region exists distal to the wrist. And keep in your mind that in every limb of those two limbs, there will be 30 bones. So, regarding the first region or the arm, this region is represented by one bone called the humerus bone. This bone considered as the longest bone in the upper limb. And it will articulate from above with the scapula, forming the shoulder joint, and from below, it will articulate with the forearm bones, forming what called the elbow joint. And in this humerus, we will find many important landmarks, such as the greater and lesser tubercles, the surgical neck, the medial and the lateral epicondyles, and others. And for every one of those landmarks, there will be a specific importance that will be known when we talk about them in the upper limb course. Well, the second region in the upper limb is the forearm region. This region is represented by two bones, the radius and the ulna. So, regarding the ulna, is the larger bone in the forearm that located on the medial side, and it will articulate from above with the humerus forming the elbow joint. While the radius, it is smaller and shorter than the ulna, found on the lateral side of forearm or on the thumb side, and it will articulate from below with the hand by forming the wrist joint. Unlike the humerus, there will be many landmarks and notches that also will be known in the upper limb course. Well, the last region is the hand. This region consists of the carpal bones, the metacarpal bones, and the fingers. So the carpal bones are 8 bones arranged in 2 rows, proximal and distal. And in every row, there will be 4 bones. So, the proximal row will articulate with the radius in the wrist joint, while the distal row will articulate with the metacarpal bones. After the carpal, we have the metacarpals. Those metacarpals are 5 bones found in the middle area of the hand, and it will form the palm of the hand. Those metacarpal bones will articulate from below with the fingers. Lastly, we have the fingers. As you know, we have 5 fingers. Those 5 fingers will consist of 14 bones or 14 phalanges, because for every finger, there will be 3 phalanges, except the thumb, which will consist of 2 phalanges. So this is regarding the bones of the third region in the upper limb. Finally, in today's video, we have to mention the main functions of the upper limb, which are 3 main functions. The first one is that those limbs will have a large range of movement, so that why it can perform movements can't be accomplished by the lower limbs or other regions in the body. The second function is that we can manipulate objects by our hands, like holding and manipulating tools. While the third function is to provide attachment points for many muscles that act on different parts of the upper limb. So, those were almost all important details and a brief explanation about the upper limb bones. And that's it. I hope what I said makes sense. See you next video, and goodbye.